So none of those tools are the number one tool in your toolbox. Welcome to 2019. Welcome to my channel, Steve the Window Cleaner. If you have never been here before, welcome. Basically here, what I am trying to convey is that none of those tools are going to make your business what it could possibly be. Your greatest tool is you. Your greatest thing out there that can help you is you. We put so much emphasis on in these channels about tools and technique and all this stuff, but the truth of it all is that those things don't matter. If you believe that this will happen from time to time, that people will see you cleaning windows, you'll be fanning or doing something, they'll say, wow, you're an artist. But the amount of times that we receive a job or get a job based upon the skill or technique that we are cleaning windows or the tools, I think the biggest thing is when you're using water-fed pull, right, people, and you're doing a tall building, people say, oh wow, does that even work? That's amazing. Look how long that pole is. That's crazy. And it always makes me laugh, because if you think that you are going to get more customers because of the skills or techniques you have cleaning windows, you're wrong. It will grow your business to a certain point, but to put the emphasis on that is wrong. The reason I talk about this is because this was my issue. My issue up until about, I would say year and a half ago, I put such an emphasis on, I don't really need to talk to the customer too much. I'm just going to show them how sweet I clean the windows. Look at this fanning technique. It's so cool. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, there's so many other people out there that can do it. I just spit. There's so many other people out there that can do it. It's not a skill in which that you're the only one. That I feel like it's very important to be conveyed this message of that you are the most important tool in your toolbox. Without any toolbar or anything, you are the first contact. You will be the last contact with that customer always. And it's you, your personality, how you portray yourself, or how you are with the customer, that is either going to keep that job for you, get that job for you, or make you a person that your customer wants to return to their home or business. For me, I was always so much about, I gotta learn this technique, I gotta get the tools, I gotta get the flashy tools, I gotta look so cool while cleaning windows, because if people see that, they'll be like, I want that guy to clean my windows. So wrong. Wrong. Now when I go into jobs, I've actually been, I used to wear headphones all the time. And in the past year, I started realizing that, so I worked for Jim for a long time and became an owner. A lot of these people were kind of, after 4 years or 3.5 years, they're kind of like, still, some of them didn't even know me, and that's really, really bad. That's not good. I should be talking to these customers. I should be asking, how they are, how's their day, get to know them. And I just wasn't doing that. There'd be some customers that you always really connect with out of nowhere, and it's strange, but it really works out really well. But then there's some customers where you really, really have to try to connect with them, because they're reluctant as well. They're not, an outgoing personality. I'm not an extremely outgoing personality. I'm pretty much a big homebody. That's just how I've always been. I really like being home. I like going out and doing activity. I like going to the gym and stuff like that. But I'm not a big one on going to a weekend warrior, and going out on the weekends and doing a 10-mile hike or, stuff like that, where some of the guys I work with are. And it's awesome, but I'm just not like that. So the most important thing is knowing basically your self-worth, of knowing that you are the one that is going to get these jobs, as far as selling it, talking to the people. It's not your tools. It's not your tool belt. Of course, it's always important to have like your work truck or work van or fleet so clean and nice looking. You need to be presentable always. Keep your stuff clean and do stuff like that as far as your tools and everything. But if you think that is going to be what sells and what gets you jobs, you're completely freaking wrong. And I've learned this from the people I'm working with, as far as there's comments made sometimes about like you're kind of quiet and stuff like that in customer homes, and I was like, you're right. Like I need to change that. I need to be more engaging. I need to stop thinking like, oh, these people are having the best window cleaner do their windows, so I'm just going to show them how awesome it is and clean the windows, but then I'm hardly going to talk to them when I collect the check, and I'm just going to say, hey, you owe this much, thanks for having us, goodbye. No, when you're in there and you're talking and closing out the customer, that may be the most important part of the whole entire job. Of course, you got to get the technique down, okay? We're past that. But one of the most important parts of the job is that time you go back in and you collect. You've already gotten the job by meeting them and everything. But when you collect, that's the time where you almost secure the next time. You almost secure the time after that. You almost secure that customer as a forever customer. And this is a very corny and cliche thing to talk about, but it's something that I did wrong for so long that I feel like if you're a person out there who doesn't get that, and you think that it's all about your technique and your tools and all that, and you're not engaging with the customer, you're not being personable, then you're doing it all wrong. You just simply are. You have to be engaged with these people. I think one of the most important things I learned from a family member was people love talking about themselves. So when you're in a job, try to ask them about them. Try to ask them about what's going on in their life. To just sit there and talk about your business, how great your business is doing, because that's a question I get a lot. Oh, how's business going? Blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I'll go off and I'll be talking about business. I'll be talking about new accounts we got, blah, blah, blah. And then I realize I look back at the person is kind of like bored. So what I try to do now is try to get off that topic as soon as possible and just talk to them about them as a person and talk to them about what's going on in their lives. I don't try to get too deep, but also what I try to do is I try to be personable, as in have fun with them, joke around with them, give them a hard time in a good amount. But people like that. People like when you want to be professional, but you want to be professional like in a fun way. And I have realized over the last year, having fun with the customer it has changed the way my relationships with so many of the customers now is so great, because I go in and like they're joking around with me, they're having fun. Like I'm not just the window cleaner, I'm the guy that comes in and they want to talk to them, they want to have fun with them, they know I'm going to engage with them, So there's all these tools in our toolbox, there's all these tools in our tool belts, there's all these tools in our ladder racks, there's these water fed poles, there's all this stuff that makes the windows clean. But when it comes down to it, you are the most important tool of all. I'm not calling you a tool, but you really, really are. Your voice, your personality will be the most important and will grow your business the most. The second message I have in this is be yourself. This is something I've really had a hard time with in my life, trying to always conform to what everybody else wanted me to be. And even filming out and about. Like right now, I'm filming. I love filming in my car as far as talking, because for me, it's the best time for me to talk, best time for me to think. But like people could be looking at me, the windows are pretty tinted. People could be looking at me and thinking, this guy's a freaking weirdo. He's filming himself in his car. And even when out, filming, sometimes people look at me like, weirdo. Don't let that bother you. Don't let people judge you. Don't let people ever tell you that something you're doing is wrong. Do what you think is right, as far as how you feel inside. And you'll grow tremendously. You'll grow immensely. Ever since I have really, I would say, allowed that to be a huge part of me, things have just changed tremendously, and things have been a lot better. So it's the beginning of 2019. I just encourage you that if you're not doing this and you're just, on every job buckling down, trying to get the windows clean, trying to get out there as fast as you can to make the customer happy, take a little bit more time, talk to your customers. Just be a person that they can relate to, be a person that they can talk to. You're going to have customers who don't want to talk to you. You're going to have customers who just want you in and out. And you'll get that after a while. You'll try to engage them, and they just don't want to. I have a lot of customers where you go, every single time when you first get there, they're not engaging. But I just keep going on and on and on with them. And then all of a sudden by the end, they're just having fun with you. They're laughing. They're cussing. I almost feel like sometimes when someone else can cuss with you and like joke around with you, it's a weird thing to talk about, but you know that they feel more comfortable. They feel like they can just be themselves. Like it's weird, but it's so important to you in your business, to you in your personal life. Just be yourself. You are the most important tool. So that's it. That's my little beginning message of 2019. What to expect on my channel in 2019? A lot more stuff about 2020 window cleaning. The business that I own with Jim Ham, and we're just going to be putting out a lot more stuff about what we do with the business. I understand if sometimes you guys don't want to watch that kind of stuff, but it's something that we want to do. I do hope in 2019 to share just more things with you on my thoughts, share a little bit more personal stuff that's just going on in my life, and I'm sure that you guys like seeing the window cleaning montage kind of videos, but sometimes it's very repetitive, and sometimes you got to grow from that and change it up a little bit. So that's what we're going to do this year, is change it up as much as possible, but still have some of the same stuff that I know a lot of you guys like, and I know a lot of you guys learn from sometimes just me filming a job. Put the GoPro on my head and just film it. I know that can help a lot. The way I always learned was just watching veterans clean, and it always used to help so much. So that's what you can expect out of 2019. I hope you guys had a great holidays, and let's start this new year off with a bang. Have a good day. Bye.